and welcome back to everyone. My name is Shivam Agarwal and this is Computer Vision series with OpenCV in Python. In the last video, you have seen how to read images, videos, and how to reach the HD camera of your system. In this video, we'll see how to put some shapes and text on those images so that if we want to enhance those images by writing some text or putting some shapes around them, how to do that. Okay. So first of all, I will import the CV2 library, that is OpenCV. I'm using OpenCV contrib Python library. I will also import the NumPy library over here. Okay, I'll make you sure how. Next, I want to read the image. In the last video, we have read already an image called as mymg.jpg. Okay, if you want to see this image is nothing but a technology picture like this. Okay, so this is my image. But for this video, I will not use this myimg. I will create my own image and I will try to put some text over here. Okay, if you want, you can use this kind of image also. It will be of the same use. But now I will have to create another picture for me. So I'm using something called as np.zeros. This zeros is a function of numpy that will create a 2D array for me. Remember that in Python or anywhere in the world, images are always the 2D arrays. Okay, so it might be a 3D array sometimes when there are RGB contributions. When we have red, blue, and green, three different layers, then it has a 3D matrix. But in general, there are this 2D matrix over. Okay, so I'm using something called as np.zeros that will create a 2D matrix for me of size 512 by 512, and I have supplied an extra dimension of 3 so that it will be of a 3D size. Okay, I'm using this UNT8 coding scheme. This is of no use over here, but I'm still using this UNT8 encoding series. Okay, so this will create an image of just single color, no any object, nothing like that. Okay, if you want to see what this image is, I will just use this to show you. Okay, so if I execute it right now, so this is my image. It has no color over here. Okay, so this is just a black image. If you want to note any image, you can use your cv2.imread function. Okay, but for here I am using just a black image to show everything over here. Okay, first of all, we'll try to draw a line on our image. Okay, let me just move this function to the last, because we are manipulating this img variable only. Inside this function called as line, we have a certain values that will specify how our line will be positioned. Okay, so this line will just draw a single line from one point to other in our image. Okay, so I'm using something called as cv2.line function. Inside this, first argument has to be your image, that is the image variable that you are using. Either it is the np.zeros file or just the image that you have read using cv2.imread. The next argument has to be a tuple. This will be your starting point. Remember that in OpenCV we will be using the points like a graph. Okay, so we'll be using Cartesian coordinates. Okay, this 0 0 means the top left corner. Okay, so a line will start from top left corner and it will go through the 512 by 512. Remember that our image size is also the same, so it will go from top left corner to the bottom right corner. Okay, this is the starting point that is specified first, then the ending point is specified. Okay, and lastly the color is specified. So color is always RGB. Okay, so 0R means no red, 0 B means no blue, 255 that is fully green line. So we'll see a green line over there. Next is the weight. This 3 is the weight of the line, that how bold our line would be. Okay, so I am using 3 over here. This will do just to draw a line from top left corner to bottom right corner. Next, what we try to do is we draw a rectangle. So there is a function called as rectangle in CV2. We'll supply image to it and we'll supply two values now. Like line, we'll be supplying the point of a rectangle such that we'll supply top left corner coordinates and bottom right corner coordinates. Okay, whenever you draw a rectangle, you will see that suppose in this image if you consider it as a rectangle, you will be supplying two coordinates. The first coordinate will be the top left corner of the image and the bottom right corner of the image. Okay, so I'm supplying 0 0, so the rectangle will start from this corner and it will go up to 400 250, something like over here. Okay, so there will be a rectangle in almost 40% of the image. Okay, something like that. Then I am calling this specific called as cv2.filled. What it will do is it will fill up the rectangle with some color. Okay, I am not specifying the color, it will fill up using a default color. Okay, so, but the rectangle will be filled. Now, as I have put rectangle after the line, on the position where rectangle is positioned, line will not be visible. Okay, remember, if you are adding rectangle and it is filled with color, line will not be visible to you. Okay, but it will start from the top left corner only. Both line and rectangle will be positioned from there. Next, I want to draw some circle over there. So I am specifying cv2.circle. I am supplying an image variable over here and I am supplying the coordinate of the center of the circle. Okay, you will supply just one coordinate, that is center of the circle. Then you have to supply a constant specifying the radius of the circle. Okay, so 200 comma 200 is the center of the circle somewhere over here and 50 will be the radius. Okay, so it will draw a circle of radius 50 from center of 200 200. Okay, then you have to specify the color of the circumference. I am specifying RG, so it will be like a mixed color, and I am specifying the width of the circumference. Okay, so this is how you will draw a circle. Next, I want to put some text over here. Let me just comment it. We'll see how to put the text afterwards, but let me show you these shapes, how to deal with them. Okay, if I execute this right now, you are seeing a rectangle starting from the top left corner, going up to somewhere in middle, because we were not going to 512 and 512. Okay, we are going to 400 and 250. So this is the width, 400 is the width and 250 is the height. Okay, so next was circle. A circle is placed at 200 200 as the center and the 50 is the radius. Okay, and we are supplying a mixed color over here. It is like a cyan color. Okay, then we have a line of green color, as I already told you. You cannot see the line past this, but it is passing through the hole. Okay, if you stop the execution and move the rectangle before the line, I want to comment you down what will happen. Okay, I want you to comment down what happened over here. If I say execute now, so you see over here that now line is passing over the rectangle because rectangle was added before. Okay, so this is how you will add some shapes over the image. Okay, I am using this kind of image, but you can use any image that you want. You have to specify the coordinates. How you will get the coordinates? First, you will have to judge what is the shape of your image. Okay, so my image is of shape 218 by 181. If you want to know what's your image shape, what you can do is just print your img.shape. Okay, if you print over here, you will get the shape of the image. If I try to execute it here, if I try to run it now, apart from this, you will get the shape of the image over here. Okay, you can see it is 512 512 3. I am talking about the image that I have already created using np.zeros. Okay, so this is how you will know the shape of your image, and according to the shape you can specify these coordinates. You can play around with these coordinates and see how to place the text or shapes over your image. Finally, let us see how to put some text over the image as well. So I am using something called as put text. You can see the put text function requires some arguments. The first argument will be the image variable, that is for sure. Next will be the caption, as sorry, not the caption but the text you want to put. This put text function will require some text that you want to put. In my case it will be my image. Okay, next it will require the position where you have to put this. The single position will be the top left corner where this my image will start. Okay, suppose in this image somewhere over here I have pointed the coordinates. So my image will start to be written like here. Okay. So this is the starting point of this particular text up to where the text will be specified using the font. Next, we have to specify the font. So you have to use some predefined fonts that you can find over the internet. If you go and search about OpenCV fonts, then you can find a lot of fonts over there. I'm using cv2.font Hershey complex. It is quite a very simple font, unlike its name. Next, I want to specify the boldness of the text. Okay, how bold it will be. Next, I want to specify the color. So this all 255 will mean a white color. Okay, so that is how we will put some text. Let us see how our text is being shown on the image. If I try to execute it now, over here you can see my image. Okay, so this is how you will put the text over there. Okay, if you want to increase the font size, you can say that yeah, 0.5 is not enough. You can say 1 or increase it like that. Okay, you can increase the font size on your own. This one is basically the boldness of the text. This 0.5 is the font size and this one is the boldness. Okay, if you try to read the documentation of this, you will get to know about put text and its arguments that are required over here. But yeah, it is the most important, these are the most important arguments that you will need more so ever. Okay, so we have seen how to put some shapes and text over the images, and I want you to play with this a little bit so as to grasp everything around. Okay, that is it for this video. We'll meet in the next video with some other interesting values also. Thank you.